Alright, so to start, I'm just gonna take the key and use it to open the lock to prove that, you know, it's a lock, it works. That is not opening. So now, let's just get our turning tool in here, grab our pick, and get started. Nothing on 1. Click out of 2. Another click. That was kind of a different flavor of click. Let's leave it alone. Couple of clicks out of 3. Okay, 3 won't go, so let's leave it. 2 is doing something in the core. Let's leave that for now. Click out of 1. And my turning tool just fell out. That happens sometimes with these ergo turners. Nothing on 2. 3 won't go. Okay, let's try 1 again. Nothing on 1. 2 won't go. 3 won't go. Okay, hold on. Let's try and reset real quick. Of course, as soon as I get on camera, things don't work as intended. Okay, nothing on 1. It was a slightly different flavor click out of 2. Let's leave that for the time being. 3 is definitely binding. Oh, and there we go. We got this open. Okay, perfect. Wow, that was not as difficult as I was expecting, given the fact that I had to reset once. But lock is open now. Shackle rotates freely. Whatever. Let's get to the disassembly. So, I'm gonna get the key out of here as well as the tools. This is my Sparrow's pinning kit. I should only need the 2 pinning trays for this because the follower that comes with the kit is too big. And down the shackle hole, there is a standard Phillips head screw, so we're just going to get that open. Set these components aside here. This is the retaining nut that holds the retaining plate onto the face of the lock. And from there, all the pieces just kind of fall out. We got that screw. The lock body is right here. And we've got something else. Let's see what this is. Huh. I don't know if that's... I don't know how visible that is. Let me see if I can lift it up to the camera in a way that doesn't obstruct any of the other components. Let's see. We got a piece of paper here, if it'll focus, that says, "Subscribe to Snake." Huh. Maybe you all should do that. Alright, so next order of business here, we've got a shield. This thin little piece of metal in the back. That is to prevent the core bypass attack. And holding the core in the cylinder, we've got this C-clip, so let's just firmly plant this down and try to get this clip off. I don't have a clip remover, so kind of have to take a janky approach to it with my pinning tweezers, but there we go. Clip has been taken out. And now, provided I don't lock this back into position, I should be able to just go through here and get these pins out. So, kind of using the plug itself as a follower to slowly allow each pin to pop out. I should note that this is a 6-pin cylinder, but it only has 5 pin stacks in it, which is rather curious. So we have got what looks like a serrated spool on 5. What is this? This is a serrated on 4. Next up is a serrated on 3. A serrated on 2. And finally, a serrated on 1. Let's get the core just situated right there. And dump out all the springs. And set those up. All these springs, I believe, are the same. So, not much to worry about in that regard. And now we just gotta get these key pins out. So, I believe these are all serrated. There's number 5. Come on, number 4. Number 4 doesn't seem to want to come. Oh, there it is. There's number 4. Which way does that need to go, huh? Needs to go that way, I think. Yes, I got new glasses recently, and my far vision is still terrible despite that. We got number 3. And for number 2, I think I can just kind of plug this one up. Yep, that's it. Number 2. And number 1 is that one. Cool. So, we can just do that. And there we go. We have the lock fully disassembled. So, going through the parts one more time, we've got the lock body right here. This is the C-clip holding the core into the cylinder. We got the cylinder here. A retaining screw, the retaining nut for the plate that holds the core inside the body of the lock, and this shield to prevent bypass attacks. So, we'll get the core out of the way real quick so I can move this pinning tray out. Get the camera zoomed in a little more. And I'm going to turn the manual focus back on. Because now that the lock is fully disassembled, I can kind of lift this up to show you guys what we got. Let's see if I can get this to focus correctly. And let's get the exposure adjusted too. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, we've got 5 pin stacks. Serrated driver pins on 1, 2, 3, and 4 with a serrated spool on 5, and we have got 5 serrated key pins. And as you can see, 4 and 5 are those 0 lifts that I was talking about. I did not need to touch those at all to get this lock open. Okay. So, that's half the battle. Now the other half is going to be putting this lock back together. So I think to start, I'm gonna grab these springs and drop them back into the Bible. 3. There's number 4. And all the way back. Here is number 5. And now what I'm gonna do is use the old trick of using the core itself as a follower of sorts. So I think the way I'm gonna want to go about this is to grab the driver from number 1, kind of get it to fit in there. That looks good. And then just push that in. Next up is the number 2 driver. Just go like that. That's the wrong slot. There we go. Push that in. Come on. Okay. Number 3. Uh-oh, that's not good. Number 3 goes in something like that. Slide that through. Push this down. Alright, number 4. Comes next. Put that in. And finally number 5, because there is no number 6 in this lock. Okay. And now comes the part I didn't think about. I'm gonna use the holes in the bottom of the cylinder to install the key pins, but I think that will require the key so that the drivers don't just go into the keyway and I end up ruining my lock forever. So let's just get all that slid in. And it looks like the driver pins have dropped into the keyway anyway, but that's fine. I think I have a workaround for that. Right now though, our focus is just gonna be to get all the key pins back in the right place. So there's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. And I think to get those driver pins back where they belong, I can just take a lockpick and use the backside to just push them all down. Hey, there we go, that worked. So now we should be able to just turn the core back until all the driver pins fall into place. And before I put the C-clip on, I'm just going to insert the key and verify that everything's working. So now we can put this clip back, and that is now firmly holding the core in place. That's not going anywhere. Get this bypass protection on the back of the cylinder. Carefully insert that back into the lock body. And now all that's left to do is get the faceplate on, shove this retaining nut in, Drop the retaining screw into the shackle hole. And tighten it down. That's not opening. Put the key in there. And we have a fully reassembled and working American Lock 5100 again. So, I believe that's going to be about it. I just now have to await review for this video from the Lockpickers United moderators. And, thanks for watching, everyone. I will talk to you all later.